The vast African savanna witnesses countless wondrous tales of life and death, of friendship and loyalty. But perhaps, few would imagine that between humans and the king of the jungle could exist such a profound connection. The following story is a moving testament to that. The African sun dipped below the ancient acacia trees, painting the vast savanna in fiery hues of orange. A gentle breeze rustled through the tall grasses, carrying the last warmth of the day and the chirping of insects. In a small village nestled at the edge of the conservation area, where simple mud houses hid beneath the cool shade of trees, a somber piece of news spread. Bakary, the most respected man in the village, a man with a kind heart and gentle eyes, had breathed his last due to old age. Bakary was not only a father, a husband, a revered elder, but also a benefactor to many wild creatures. Years ago, when he was a seasoned ranger, he had saved the life of a fully grown male lion. It was during a particularly wet rainy season, a time when a devastating disease swept through the local lion population. A virulent virus known as feline distemper had spread rapidly, causing severe symptoms such as high fever, diarrhea, vomiting, neurological impairment, and a high mortality rate, especially among the young and those with weakened immune systems. The adult male lion, with its dark, thick mane and powerful build, had contracted the disease during a fierce territorial dispute with a pack of hyenas. The open wounds, coupled with a compromised immune system, made him highly susceptible to the aggressive virus. Bakary and his patrol team had found him in a state of exhaustion, lying listlessly beneath an old baobab tree. Despite knowing the inherent danger in trying to help a full-grown lion, Bakary's deep compassion compelled him to bring the ailing creature back to their temporary rescue facility. During the long days and nights the lion battled the illness, Bakary patiently cared for him. He and his colleagues closely monitored the symptoms, provided fluids and easily digestible food, and meticulously cleaned his wounds. The lion, though suffering, seemed to sense the human kindness. He offered no resistance and meekly accepted their help. Bakary named him Simba, a simple yet powerful Swahili word for lion. Through the relentless fight against death, Simba gradually recovered. His inherent strength and majesty returned. The bond between Bakary and Simba deepened into something extraordinary. Simba would often rub his head against Bakary's legs to show his gratitude, and Bakary would unhesitatingly stroke the lion's thick mane. The people in the conservation area were all astonished by this unusual relationship. When Simba was fully healed, Bakary made the difficult but necessary decision to release him back into the wild. He believed Simba deserved a free life in his own territory. On the day Simba left, he stood for a long moment, gazing deeply into Bakary's kind eyes as if to convey his thanks, before disappearing into the trees. From that day on, a large male lion with a faint scar on his shoulder was occasionally spotted near the rescue facility, but he always kept a safe distance and never posed any threat. Everyone knew it was Simba, remembering his benefactor. On the day Bakary passed away due to old age, a heavy atmosphere of mourning descended upon the village. Cries of sorrow echoed from the houses, mingling with the rustling of leaves in the trees. The villagers gathered, preparing for the funeral according to their traditional customs. They reminisced about his contributions, his kindness, and his boundless compassion. At the same time, in a distant part of the conservation area, Simba lay basking in the sun. He felt a strange shift in the air, a deep sadness permeating the space around him. A sudden sense of loss washed over him, an emptiness he hadn't experienced since his brush with death years ago. Uncomprehending, Simba lifted his head and let out a low, mournful growl. He remembered the familiar scent, the deep, comforting voice, and the strong hands that had once saved his life. The image of the kind old man appeared in his mind, clear and vivid as if it were yesterday. A powerful instinct stirred within Simba. He rose to his feet, following an invisible pull, heading towards the familiar area of the rescue facility. He crossed the dry grasslands, navigated rocky terrain, oblivious to the scorching sun and the potential dangers. As Simba neared the edge of the forest bordering the village, he heard unfamiliar sounds. It wasn't the usual sounds of village life, but choked sobs and wails of grief. His unease grew. Reaching a vantage point where he could see clearly, Simba witnessed a heartbreaking scene. The villagers were gathered around an open space, where a simple wooden litter lay adorned. Upon the wooden litter rested a body covered by a white cloth. Familiar faces were streaked with tears, and heart-wrenching cries filled the air. Simba recognized the man he owed his life to, the one who had pulled him back from the brink of death, lying still and silent on the wooden litter. A profound sorrow gripped Simba's chest. He stood motionless, his amber eyes fixed on the white cloth-covered body on the wooden litter, unable to comprehend this devastating truth. Memories of the days he was cared for flooded his mind, playing out like a slow-motion film. He recalled the gentle patience, the soothing touch, and the unwavering faith in Bakery's eyes. In his deep grief, Simba noticed a cluster of vibrant red wildflowers blooming nearby. These were African flame lilies, flowers with petals as brilliantly red as fire, gracefully curved. They were Bakery's favorite flower. He often admired them during his patrols and sometimes brought them home as gifts for his wife. A strange impulse arose within Simba. He approached the flowers and gently plucked one with his powerful jaws, careful not to crush the delicate petals. With the bright red African flame lily held delicately in his mouth, Simba slowly approached the crowd. The sudden appearance of the majestic lion stunned everyone into silence. The cries of mourning ceased, replaced by gasps of astonishment. They stared at Simba, bewildered. Simba walked directly to the wooden litter where Bakery's white cloth-covered body lay. He stopped, lowered his massive head, and gazed sadly at the still form. Then, in an act that moved all who witnessed it to tears, Simba gently placed the bright red African flame lily beside the white cloth-covered body on the wooden litter. The vibrant red African flame lily stood out against the white cloth, a poignant farewell, a silent tribute. It was Simba's way of expressing his deepest respect and eternal gratitude for his benefactor, a sentiment that transcended the boundaries of species. Tears streamed down the faces of the villagers. They understood. The lion had come to bid farewell to the kind old man. They could feel the depth of Simba's sorrow and loss. They also recognized the vibrant red flower, the one Bakery had loved. In that moment, there was no fear, no separation between human and animal. There was only profound empathy, a miraculous connection between hearts that knew gratitude and love. After placing the flower, Simba stood still for a long moment, as if in silent remembrance. Then, he let out a soft, mournful growl, turned, and slowly walked away, melting into the deepening shadows of the evening. The villagers watched Simba's majestic form disappear into the trees, a mixture of awe and profound emotion filling their hearts. They would never forget the sight of the lion bringing an African flame lily to honor his savior. The story of the extraordinary bond between Bakery and Simba would be recounted for generations, a testament to the power of kindness and gratitude that can blossom in the most unexpected places. The bright red African flame lily lay still beside the white cloth-covered body on the wooden litter, a symbol of gratitude and heartfelt emotion, a reminder of Bakery's love for the beauty of the wild. The sun had fully set, and darkness enveloped the village, but the tale of the loyal lion had ignited a warm flame in the hearts of all who witnessed it, a flame of hope in the enduring power of goodness in the world. The story of Bakery and Simba is a profound reminder of the power of compassion and connection that transcends all boundaries. It shows that love and gratitude can flourish between the most different of creatures, and that even small acts of kindness can create deep and lasting impacts. Friendship and loyalty are not limited to the human world, but can be found in the wildest of places, where a sincere heart can touch another. You have just listened to a moving story about the friendship and gratitude between a human and an animal. How did this story make you feel? What moment resonated with you the most? Please share your emotions and thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this meaningful and touching story, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to our channel so you don't miss our latest videos. Your support is a great motivation for us to continue bringing you quality content. Thank you, and see you next time.